Hello everyone. Today we will find out the moment of inertia of a thin circular ring. Like this, a circular ring is a material like a bangle or a kada, that type of things. So today we will find out the moment of inertia of the thin circular ring. Firstly, we decide an axis about which we want to find out the moment of inertia. So, our first case is to find out the moment of inertia about an axis perpendicular to the plane of the ring and passing through its center of mass. Here, we consider a ring of uniform thickness of mass m and radius r with O as its center of mass, which is also the center of the ring. Now we'll find out the moment of inertia of this ring about the axis. For that we consider this ring to be divided into large number of small elements, each of mass m, that is all the small elements are identical, and then we'll find out the moment of inertia of one such small element, and with the help of that small moment of inertia we'll find out the moment of inertia of the whole ring about the axis. Let us suppose that P be one such element of mass small m at a distance of r from the axis. Now we will find out the moment of inertia of this small element about the axis, that will be equal to mass into distance square. Mass here is small m and distance is capital R. Therefore the moment of inertia about the axis of this small element will be equal to mr square. Now the total moment of inertia of the entire ring about the axis comes out to be equal to IO is equal to summation mr square. Why summation here? Because we have considered the ring to be divided into a large number of small elements which are identical to each other. Therefore, the moment of inertia of all the small elements will be equal to each other. And by adding all those small moment of inertias, we will get the total moment of inertia of the ring that we are doing here. Therefore, the total moment of inertia IO comes out to be equal to summation m r square. Summation m is equal to capital M, the total mass of the ring. Therefore, the total moment of inertia of the ring about the axis passing through its center of mass and perpendicular to its plane is equal to mass into radius square. This is the required moment of inertia of the ring about the axis. Now, our next case is to find out the moment of inertia of the same ring about any of its diameters. For that, we consider AB and CD be the two diameters which are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now, since the diameters AB and CD are in the plane of the ring and we have an axis passing through its center of mass O but perpendicular to the plane of the ring about which we have find out the moment of inertia mr square. Therefore, to find out the moment of inertia of the ring about its diameter, we will use the principle or the theorem of perpendicular axis, which says that the moment of inertia about an axis passing through O perpendicular to the plane of the ring is equal to the moment of inertia about AB plus moment of inertia about CD, where AB and CD are the diameters. Now, what will be the values of these IAB and ICD? Since a ring is symmetric, therefore, all its diameters, the moment of inertia will be the same. That is, the moment of inertia about AB is equal to the moment of inertia about CD. Say that is equal to ID, the moment of inertia about any of the diameters. We can use this here. Therefore, IAB plus ICD will be equal to 2ID, that is equal to IO. That is, ID is equal to IO upon 2 and IO is equal to mr square. Therefore, the moment of inertia about any of the diameter of the ring is equal to mr square upon 2. This is a required moment of inertia. Here we have. Now, our next article is to find out the moment of inertia of a circular lamina or a disc. A disc is a plate type material, a plate that we use in our kitchens. Now, to find out the moment of inertia of the disc, we have to decide the axis. So, our first case is to find out the moment of inertia about an axis passing through its center of mass and perpendicular to its plane. Let us suppose this be a circular disc of mass m and radius r with O as its center. This O is the center of the mass of the disc as well as center of the disc. Now, to find out the moment of inertia of this disc about the axis, we consider the disc to be divided into a large number of elementary concentric rings. What do you mean by concentric rings? Concentric rings means the rings that have the common center. Here, that common center is the center of the ring of the disc, that is O. Now, let us consider one such ring of radius x and of thickness dx. Therefore, we will find out the moment of inertia of this small or of this thin ring about the axis, and then with the help of this small moment of inertia, we will find out the moment of inertia of the whole disk by integrating that small moment of inertia. Now, how will we do it? We know that the total surface area of the disk is pi r square. Therefore, the mass per unit area of the disk is equal to mass upon area, that is m upon pi r square. And also the face area of the ring is equal to 2 pi x, that is the circumference, into thickness dx. Therefore, this will be the surface area of the ring equal to 2 pi x into dx. Therefore, the mass of the ring, that is small m, comes out to be the mass per unit area of the disk m upon pi r square into face area of the ring, that is 2 pi x into dx. That is equal to 2m upon r square into x dx. Therefore, the moment of inertia of the ring about the axis comes out to be mass into radius square, as we have find out in the earlier case. That will be equal to mass small m into radius x square, that is equal to 2m upon r square into x into dx into x square, that is 2m upon r square x cube dx. This will be the small moment of inertia, and with the help of this small moment of inertia, we will find out the moment of inertia of the whole disk. Now, we'll have to integrate the moment of inertia of the ring between the limits. Now, what will be the limits? The smallest ring that we can take is of radius x is equal to 0. Therefore, this will be the lower limit, and the maximum radius of the ring we can take is r. Therefore, the limits of the integration will be from x is equal to 0 at point O to x is equal to r at the circumference of the disk. Therefore, these will be the limits, and the total moment of inertia will be equal to integration the small moment of inertia, that is 2m upon r square x cube dx between the limits 0 to r. Here 2m upon r square is constant and therefore can be taken out of the integration, and integration of x cube is equal to x4 upon 4 between the limits 0 to r. Putting the limits, we have the value, the moment of inertia is equal to mr square upon 2. That is equal to half the moment of inertia of a ring. Here we have. Now, our next case is to find out the moment of inertia about any of its diameter. Let us suppose that AB and CD be the two mutually perpendicular diameters of the disk, and we have to find out the moment of inertia about any of these diameters. Again, since the disk is symmetric, therefore the moment of inertia about AB will be equal to the moment of inertia about diameter CD. Say that is equal to ID. Now, since these diameters are also perpendicular to an axis passing through its center of mass O and perpendicular to the plane of the disk, and we have already found out the moment of inertia about that axis is equal to mr square upon 2. Therefore, to find out the moment of inertia about any of the diameter, we will use the theorem of perpendicular axis that says that IO is equal to IAB plus ICD, that is equal to ID plus ID, that is 2ID, that is 2ID is equal to IO, and IO is equal to mr square upon 2. Therefore, ID will be equal to mr square upon 4. This is the required moment of inertia about any of the diameters of the disk. Now, our next case is to find out the moment of inertia of the disk about a tangent in its plane. Let dt be one such tangent that is drawn from point D and parallel to the diameter AB in the plane of the disk. So here we have two axes parallel to each other, AB and DT. Therefore, we will use the theorem of parallel axis that says that moment of inertia about one axis, say here dt, that is it, will be equal to the moment of inertia about the second parallel axis iab plus mh square, where m is the mass of the disk and h is the distance between the two parallel axes, that will be equal to this OD, and this OD is equal to the radius of the disk, that is R. Therefore, using all these values, IAB is equal to 1 upon 4 mr square plus m into r square. Upon calculation, we will get the moment of inertia of the disk about any of its tangent in the plane of the disk is equal to 5 upon 4 mr square. This is a required moment of inertia. Thank you.